My name is Trey Flournoy, and I'm an attorney with the Bush Law Group. I want to continue our discussion from my last two segments where we've been talking about cast iron pipe claims in the context of a situation where you do not have a limited water damage endorsement. And if you remember, we went through the water damage exclusion to figure out whether or not it would exclude water damage in that particular type of loss. And if you recall, we found that the subparagraph B did not apply to this type of loss because it only applied to water losses where the water originated off the premises. Okay, so bringing this back, damages arising from wear and tear and deterioration are excluded, but this exclusion provides an exception that brings coverage back in if you have a covered water loss. So one strategy that you're often find from insurance companies is that the water damage exclusion excludes water damages, so the water loss is not covered, thus no coverage for talent replacement cost. And so what the adjuster is doing for the insurance company is they're cutting off what you need. They're cutting off the triggering event. They're saying you don't have coverage for water loss and therefore you don't have coverage for anything else. So what I want to talk about next is the Cheatham versus Southern Oak Insurance Company case. And that court held that the water exclusion did not apply because it related only to outside forces, just as we just discussed. Because the claim loss in this case was caused by the deterioration of a pipe within a plumbing system which caused water or waterborne material emanating from the resident's premises, plumbing system to back up into the resident's premises, and then the court found that the policyholder's loss was covered under the terms of the policy because, as we just discussed, subparagraph B only dealt with water that originated off premises. And the water backup exclusion did not apply. The water exclusionary provision applies only to damage caused by water originating from somewhere other than the resident's premises plumbing system. So the next question arises, well, where do you draw the line? What's on premises and off premises? And the general understanding in the courts in case law is that the sewer or drain begins at the property line, and that's in the old Dominion insurance case as well. Another question that arises quite often is what happens when you have a septic tank? What if you don't have a sewer line that's connected to city sewer and you're dealing with a septic tank? Well, that particular issue was in front of the whole built versus Maximum Indemnity Company. In that case, the court held that coverage is afforded when an on-site septic system, which was wholly contained within the property, so the entire septic system is on the property and not attached to any municipal sewer system, it flowed from the septic system into the insured property through the shower and toilets. And the court held and reasoned that it was undisputed that the septic tank was wholly contained within the property and found as a matter of law that the water backup exclusion did not apply to any damage resulting from a backup or overflow of water from the insured's entirely on-site septic system. And again, this is consistent with what we were just talking about because the water originated on premises. It never made it off premises because the septic tank was wholly contained on site. Another important case is Cameron v. Scottsdale Insurance Company. And in that case, the court was dealing with a rental property where the deterioration of the pipe caused the damage. It was a typical cast iron pipe claim. And the court held in that case that the policy's exclusionary language did not apply because the loss was originally caused by the deterioration of the pipe, which then led to the drain's overflow, which led to water damage. And since the loss was caused by the plumbing system failure, it was covered under the terms of the policy. I hope this has been helpful, and there's more to come on water losses next.